hang on, let's just pause for just a second here.
Yeah.
I'm wondering, can you guys pretend that you're back in production, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And
No.
you don't want to go back. Well, I know it's going to be
Gotcha.
very gentle. We'll do some, post-traumatic
we
stress, techniques.
We'll all hold
But-
hands after.
If you were going to film a scene in this room, Joe, can you sort of set up the scene, take us through your thought process?
Sure, yeah. Well, first of all, you just look at where your light is. If you can't light it, you gotta follow the light, the natural light. Unless you're going for something really dramatic, But your ideology, what do you want it to look like, and then follow the light source, and then line up any kind of elements that you can use to make an interesting or appealing geometric shape or distribution of items, weight to the whole composition. And then double check everything.
And triple check everything.
Triple check everything.
Because we had no room for mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because a lot of these things, there was only one take or two with no time, so we had to triple check.
Yeah, reflections, etc. But yeah, composition and light and any chance for a dynamic looking shot,
Yeah.
What about actors that move around a lot, or
That was rough sometimes. We had sometimes for a real up close and personal effect, I was shooting at like 1.4. So you get an actor that's going like this, even like a half an inch, and it's like whoa, whoa, whoa. So that was a real challenge sometimes. Sometimes I had to literally, close up, I had to hold onto their shoulder and then just get the headshot. Like that. But moving actors, yeah, that's a concern.
You had to move me a lot because I was definitely that individual that was going back and forth.
The biggest pain was just you would stop a scene and everybody's first instinct, because nobody has experience being on set, everybody's first instinct is to like go over here or grab something, or and you need everybody to stay. I mean, you got the wheel on the follow focus marked for their spot, and then you got to reset everything.
Yeah, that was frustrating.
So just to just everybody just starting at the same time, between the actors and the couple grips that we had, it was a learning experience all the way through for sure.
We learned a lot.
Yeah.
What are your tips on working with an actor that's never been in front of the camera before?
You had to get them comfortable.
Yeah.
Talk to them for a while. That's key. You have to get them comfortable and make sure you direct them where you want them to look. Teach them about sight lines and things like that.
I think the key, or at least with our project, we wanted to give the actors a lot of liberty to try whatever came to their mind. Like, let's still stick to the script, but if you want to take it in a different direction, go for it. So we would then set up guidelines. Be like, okay, here's where we cannot go, or where we're now going to run into problems for the camera or for audio.
Be like, draw a straight line from the lens to that truck and from the lens to that tree, and you can move anywhere in there,
in here.
But don't go past this.
Yeah. And then we would we would set up the direction that we wanted the actors to move in, but allowed it to sort of organically take place for some of the moving shots. But
a lot of our shots were posted up on sticks, though, so it was mostly, or a lot of it was stationary, which especially when you have one chance or two chances, that's really a lot more reassuring to work that way. But
that's a key point, because another reason why we shot the film the way we did was because of the budget. So we did do a lot of closer shots, medium shots, where people were still.
Yeah. And when we just had no crew.
Yeah.
We had nobody to even hold a reflector sometimes, so there's just no room for movement sometimes when you don't have anybody to help you out.
It was tough, but we did our homework, but we got very lucky. It's true.
You grew a lot.
Pardon?
You grew a lot.
We grew a lot. I mean,
we were just discussing last night how it would be amazing to do it again. Although we would never want to do it that way again, but it would be amazing. we do everything so much more efficiently, especially on the post-production side of things,
Yeah.
you know, and distribution. But it's very much so in production as well.
Like what? What were the biggest time wasters?
Just get more assistance, you know.
Hire a production team.
Yeah.
Hire people. We would hire people. Knowing what we know now, I would have definitely put more of that on credit cards.
And salary.
And interns too.
Yeah.
I mean,
Interns for sure.
that's something we did not use at all, really.
Yeah, well,
I mean, everybody works for free, which is sort of inherently an internship, but they weren't like college kids, you know, doing this and that.
And I mean, we were very lucky with the crew that we had, but if we were to do it again, which hopefully we never have to do it again, and the way we did it.
Yeah.
So a lot of these are hypotheticals, but I would definitely dump money into some key crew positions and
I mean, just to be able to have somebody set up lights
yeah,
would have been awesome.
it was too much for our small group to do, and that's why I mean, when I say we're lucky, when there's such a small group of people managing, when there's like 2 or 3 people or 2 people managing everything, and only like a crew of 4 or 3 or 1 taking care of all of the actors, and equipment, there's a lot of room for someone to get tired.
You forget a tripod.
Forget a tripod.
Yeah.
You need extra eyes sometimes just to see things, and
It was very high stress because of that too. I mean, just there was never a down moment. You know, it's not like take 5. It's like go get the rest of the gear and set it up very quickly so we can do this.
so we have the time to shoot. So we have the time.
Yeah.
Because the daylight's fading, so that we give our actors an opportunity to try something, and
some of our locations, they said, okay, yeah, you can shoot from noon to 1 on Sunday. So we'd get there, have everything set up outside the door, and as soon as they unlock that thing, we'd be in there setting it up. He's blocking, and then we set up the shot according to how he's blocking, or vice versa, and
yeah.
and then he hops into actor role, and then
It
some
was
scenes
tough.
he wasn't in.
Yeah, thankfully.
Yeah.
I think it would have been too much if I was in every scene. But I mean, Joe and I would constantly look at each other and be like, "Are we good? Are we good? Are you sure we're good?"
That was we
Yeah,
had a high
we're
level
sure
of
we're
trust
good.
for each other during the project, so
Yeah.
that our trust in each other, and that was key too.
It was
Yeah,
integral. It wouldn't have worked because we didn't have anybody else checking to make sure that thing. I mean, actors occasionally be like, "Okay, you guys missed something," or like, "That shirt doesn't look right," for continuity sake or something. But for the most part, like Joe and I were dialed in, relying on each other to make sure one of us picked up on the mistake, and that's what I mean when I say we're lucky for the production side.